You know, Nelle is, well, she's a nightmare. But for someone so selfish and vindictive, she did a lot of good.
You mean Wiley?
No, I mean all of it. She switched those babies, and that meant that Willow spent 1.5 years loving a child that's not even hers. But that love wasn't wasted. You know, she's a big part of Wiley's life, and that wouldn't have happened without Nelle.
I want to really be your mother. I want to sing you to sleep at night and cuddle with you in the morning. I want to push you on the swings. Kiss your boo-boos when you fall. But that's what I want. I know what you want. You want the family you have. You want Brad and Lucas to read you stories and sing to you. I could never take you away from the daddies that you love. And I pray that someday we can have our own relationship, Wiley. That when you're old enough and you come to me with questions, you'll understand why I chose to leave you where you are. It's because I want your happiness more than my own. Because I'm your mommy. And I love you with all my heart. Are we at that point where I check in with you before I say yes to being my own son's guardian?
You mean there's not an app for that?
Unfortunately not.
I'm not surprised you agreed to be Wiley's designated guardian. And why wouldn't you? Wiley's amazing, and you obviously love him.
More than anything.
I think he got more on himself than he did in his mouth.
As he should. That's half the fun of eating.
Okay, let me see. Next up on the agenda is bath time.
How'd you know?
Lucky guess.
I mean, Wiley and Willow might have not have even known each other at all, and that would have been a terrible loss for both of them.
You went to jail rather than admit that Shiloh was Wiley's father.
Which it turns out he wasn't.
Not the point. The point is that your instinct as a mother was to protect Wiley at any cost. That didn't change just because you found out that he isn't your biological son. So when you hear that he is at risk from a vile, selfish woman who's going to use him as a weapon, of course you're going to want to protect him.
It's not enough to feel protective. I have to do something. Should finding out that Wiley really isn't mine change our relationship? No, he isn't the child I gave birth to, but I have been a part of his life. It's really exactly what Michael was going through. Michael didn't know that Wiley was his child, and he loved him anyway. And now I know that Wiley isn't mine, but I don't love him any less. Wiley is in my heart.
That's not how you felt last night. In fact, it was the exact opposite.
I know, but I miss him. I miss him so much.
Well, before you make a decision, one way or the other, maybe just take a breath.
No, of course.
I know Michael is thinking about what's best for Wiley, but I am thinking about what's best for you.
You're right. It doesn't matter that I'm not Wiley's mother. I'm the closest thing he's got. Nelle doesn't count. Wiley needs me, and I've got to stand up for him.